Okay, Gavin, 10 goals allowed over the last two. Just what do you think has gone wrong in these last two? What are some of your takeaways and why it's happening?
Just nowhere near an acceptable level of effort, to be honest, in both games. I mean, unacceptable isn't even where it's embarrassing. The lack of effort and commitment. Today, not even close. It's a derby, and it looked like one team realized it and one team didn't realize it until maybe halftime. And it just hasn't been anywhere near close to acceptable in terms of effort, commitment, attention to detail, all the things that we've been focusing on over the last 12 weeks, whatever it's been.
Is that your message when you go back into what's the message you have for the guys?
Yeah, I mean, it's almost not starting over from scratch, but it is definitely a breaking down, because it's somewhere I think we've gotten ahead of ourselves and started to think that we don't have to do some of the little things that got us here over the last two matches for sure. So it's going to be breaking that back down and making sure that we dig into the details.
Okay.
Paul last week and then Tim this week both got caught in a lot of one-on-ones. Do you think there's something structurally going on that's causing these breakdowns at the back and allowing these sort of clean runs through for the opposition?
No, I don't. I think we haven't done a good job of communicating runners. I mean, it's the same formation that we have. Obviously, there's breakdowns. I'm not saying that. Like, we're not communicating runners. We're not tracking. We're not just getting back. Balls are getting behind us, and we're not hungry enough to come back and defend like we've been and defend like our lives depend on it. So, we're asking a lot from our goalkeepers and our back line in a lot of moments. And in those moments, we haven't defended well individually as well. So, everything you can do to be bad defensively, we're finding a way to do it over the last 2 games.
It felt like the match in Sacramento kind of awakened the rivalry to some extent. You feel as if Sacramento came in a much more intense mode than you did?
100%. Yeah, they definitely started the game much more intense. We talked about it. It's a rivalry. It doesn't matter where the teams are on the table. Every game is going to be like this, especially when you get the last win. And you've got to know that they're going to come back and they're going to be hungry. And, it's just unacceptable for them to want to come here and want it more. And that's what it looked like for the first 45.
Two of the goals conceded were on either end of halftime, which comes down to like a lack of focus as well as the aforementioned effort problem.
Yeah, it was all lack of focus, lack of detail, lack of communication, lack of togetherness, just kind of out there and giving up sloppy and uncharacteristically bad goals.
Cyrell got the nod today over Paul Blanchett. Do you have reasoning behind him starting today?
No, I think they're both like everybody else. Everybody's in competition. I think Tim's done well with the matches he's had. I think he's earned himself a right to be a part and get himself a shot.
Is there an over-reliance on Johnny at this point to score goals? It seems as if it was being more evenly distributed for a while, but now it's...
Yeah, we need to do a better job of creating more danger and not being so predictable. I think you can see a lot of hunger for Johnny to work and get behind, and we need that all the way along the front line as well.
Yeah, some switching in the attack. Sherry, the last few games, Reed in, Cedeno back in today. Just kind of describe the thought process there.
Yeah, just wanted to go. I mean, sometimes it'll be rotation, sometimes it'll be matchups and energy, and again, we've got quality players all along the bench. I feel like anybody that we start, anybody that's on the bench can start for us as well. So, sometimes we don't get it right.
And same with Riley. He's been center back, moved back up into the central midfield today. Just what do you want to see out of that CM role? And do you prefer Riley at back line or midfield? How do you like to see it?
I think he's obviously got the ability to do both, right? In our midfield role, we need the ability to cover ground, obviously, and help protect our center backs, but also be able to circulate the ball and get our forwards and wingers involved, and as well as start the attack. So, he's done that well from the back, and he can also do that well from the midfield, which is why we made the changes happen.
Okay. Is it like a rotational thing? You like him at CB some weeks, CM sometimes, or is there? Do you want to get it? Okay.
I think it depends on on the matchup today. I thought we needed a little bit of change in the midfield, so we decided to push him forward and see what we can get going. But, a little bit of both.
Okay.
This is the earliest we saw Dom Dwyer come into the game at halftime. How do you feel like his fitness levels and his contributions were as he works toward potentially starting the game in the future?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's his first real 45 minutes, so him just kind of getting a feel for it and getting through was a positive for us. I thought, he had a good moment. Obviously, the goal he created by slipping the ball into Memo for the service. So good to get him going, but just going to need to continue to push it and get him more minutes.
What changes might you consider going into Miami?
We'll take a look after we break down the video.
Okay.
I guess sort of a positive. We've seen Danny Gomez playing another 90 minutes today. He seems like he's just in the team for 90 minutes every week at this point. Can you kind of speak to him stepping up and being a real presence in the midfield for the Oakland?
Yeah, I think Danny's consistency, I mentioned it the other day, his consistency in the way he trains and in the way he played has been a big one for us. I think he's turned the corner this year and really started to cement himself in a good fashion. And even in these last two performances, I think he's been okay. I think he's actually been pretty solid.
I think,
so credit to him. He's doing the right things in training, and he's been a bright spot.
And we got a 2-week break coming up after Miami. Does the last couple results kind of increase some intensity going into this last game, entering a 2-week break?
No, I mean we've wanted to get points in the last 3 matches, and we've come out and we haven't performed at the end of the day. So we know this one means a lot, obviously, going into the break, but it would have meant a lot if we got 3 points tonight as well, and in Pittsburgh. We need to take them one game at a time, and with the way the table is going right now, we don't have a chance to overlook any matches, so they all mean the same right now.
Yeah, like you said, the table is so tight. Is there a mentality thing you want to address going into Miami and then coming out of Miami? Just it's a 2-week break like last season. Things can change rapidly.
Very true. Right now, we'll take a look at the break when we get there, but right now the most important thing is getting back on track next weekend against Miami. So that's 100% of the focus, and then we'll attack the break as we get there.
Thanks, guys. Hi, guys.
Thank you, guys.